Sorry, what was the outcome of your and Kevin Lee's fight?
He beat me. Yeah, that was the first. That was when he started his tear.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you both are currently on welterweight, both Muslim brothers. I pray you guys don't actually face each other. I'm sorry, I can make that
I actually do too. Yeah, even though like everyone wants a rematch to try and get it back,
Yeah.
I actually prefer not to. He's honestly the nicest UFC fighter I've ever met. People find it hard to believe just because of the way he hypes fights, but he just after the fight and we'd see each other a few years down the track and he just give me a massive hug and honestly one of the nicest fighters I've ever met in my life.
Few guys that I actually fought before.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure if he's made the announcement yet, so I won't say his name. But a guy that I fought many years ago, and I had beat him, and he sent me a direct message on Instagram, and he's like, "Man, that's amazing that you actually converted, and we're brothers now."
Oh.
And you kind of make friends with some of the guys that you fight, but me and him, we didn't never see eye to eye. So for him to reach out to me and kind of, it was somebody I didn't expect to be Muslim at all.
So you didn't even
I didn't know he was Muslim. I had no idea he was Muslim.
Yeah.
And then he sent me that message and I was like, oh, okay, wow, that's.
Alhamdulillah, I know you got this, they don't like this. Alhamdulillah, tomorrow night I'm gonna smash your boy, guys.
It was about 4 months ago that Kevin Lee made that ESPN interview with Brett Okamoto and announced that he has been Muslim for some time at that point.
I've accepted Islam, right? I've converted over to Islam and really accepted my place in life as a Muslim.
And since then, Kevin hasn't really given any details about his conversion until a couple of days ago when he did an interview with Eddie from the Deen show, and he spoke in depth about his journey to Islam. If you wanna watch the whole interview, I will have it linked in the pinned comment down below. As for this video, it's gonna be about Khabib's reaction to Kevin Lee's conversion, and I also wanna speak about what I think are the reasons to why so many MMA fighters and also famous people from all walks of life are converting to Islam recently.
They don't find out until after I fight for him. I fought in March. I signed with him in November, fought for him in March. And I'm not the type to kind of, I'm more of an introverted person, so I don't just tell my business like that for no reason. But he's kind of known me through the years, and I've always had respect for Ali. And I think just as me being who I am, that's why he did it without even knowing that I had converted at the time.
Wow. So at what point did they find out?
So when Kevin Lee got signed to Eagle FC, Khabib's MMA promotion, he was already a Muslim, but neither Khabib nor Ali knew about it, and this was their reaction according to Kevin Lee.
Maybe a year and a half later. Not a year and a half, about a year later.
Was it from the ESPN or was it from you guys talking privately? How did it come out?
It was maybe 2 months before I announced it on ESPN. I was at the masjid. I had been going on Fridays. My brother Saeed had took me to a masjid in Boca, and I took a picture with somebody there. Just as a fan kind of coming up and asking for a picture. He saw that picture. He called me on the phone and was like, you're Muslim? Like I had no idea. He's like, oh, okay, now we're really brothers. Now I really can help you. That's how he found out. And then I made the announcement on ESPN.
What was Khabib and Ali's reaction to that?
They were shocked. They were shocked that I was Muslim for that long. But super welcoming, as with most Muslim people. He was super welcoming and just kind of happy that I was finally on this side of the fence.
So why are all these successful and famous people from MMA fighters to social media personalities, billionaires, actors and sportsmen are converting to the most attacked and vilified religion in the world? Here are, in my opinion, some of the qualities that fighters and also successful people have that draw them to Islam. As a fighter, your delusions get demolished once you take the first punch on the chin. And what's more real and humbling than testing yourself man to man against another fighter in the cage, being stripped of all lies told to oneself and any delusions of grandeur. Humbleness is a quality needed to admit weakness and need for your creator and his guidance. Bravery and ability to fight against adversity in the cage or any field, which is a prerequisite to being successful like these guys are. It translates into real life and it gives them the ability to stand firm against people opposing their views or choices. Because becoming Muslim isn't exactly the most fashionable thing to do after all these years of Western media lying about Islam for geopolitical gains. The discipline that success in any field needs, and especially the life of a fighter, which demands the most discipline, being an individual sport and having your health and possibly life on the line, leaves no room for slacking off or laziness. Finally, Islam stood the test of time. Imagine someone telling people the truth for so long and people pushing back against them and being skeptical of what they say. And then bit by bit, everything this person said kept being proven right. Islam has been standing in the forefront against all these corrupt ideologies for so long and stood the test against these massive and well-financed attacks from all types of media. If these attacks were directed to any other religion or ideology other than Islam, it wouldn't have survived, and this is a testament to the strength behind the Islamic faith and one of the reasons why it's the truth. And now people are respecting Islam and Muslims more because of that.